Hello, adults. This is Pastor Mike. I don't remember ever having heard about Major General Smedley Darlington Butler, or just Butler for short. This is an amazing guy. He came from a Quaker background, which a lot of times we think of as pacifist, but he joined the military, I believe, when he was 16. He got a special dispensation, and right off the bat, he had a tremendous he was really a fighter, and over the course of his 33-year career, he won 2 medals of honor, a very small handful of people have been decorated with 2. He just had impeccable credentials. He was a fantastic administrator. He would go in after war and help build bridges and electrical hookups. And in our own country, he helped the city of Philadelphia get out from under some of the political bosses that were running that city. He was under fire in war 120 times or more. Just an incredible tough guy. But over time, he began to notice that he was doing all this. Why was he doing all this fighting? Why was he being sent to all these places in the world, Central America, China, Philippines, to fight? And he became convinced that interests, corporations were behind a lot of the calls for patriotic sending of troops to get done what needed to be get done. So he became very suspicious of the reasons that we go to war. Now, he lived a long time ago, but one of the things that he heard, and I just want to read a little bit here, starting right here. A friend of mine said he had a ride in a new automobile with Mussolini, a car with an armored nose that could knock over fences and slip under barbed wire. He said that they drove through the country and towns at 70 miles per hour. They ran over a child, and my friend screamed. Mussolini said he shouldn't do that it was only one life. Our government demanded that General Butler of the Marine Corps apologize to Mussolini. And the general refused, and it was big national story. The government was going to court-martial our general for telling the truth about what had happened. And eventually the truth did come out. This book is actually called The Plot to Seize the White House, the shocking true story of the conspiracy to overthrow FDR. Now, this was when Hitler looked like he had an economic miracle. Germany was doing well, or so some statistics said, and our own country was in the depths of the Depression. So it was popular, or it was tempting to say, hey, why don't we go that fascist route, Hitler route. Yeah, Hitler and Mussolini were looked on as wonder workers to some. But anyway, Butler was being pressured by some to lead an army of veterans to be part of this military takeover of the White House. An amazing, amazing story. I've never heard about it. But why am I mentioning it? Here in the church, I think one of the messages that we should hear and hopefully do hear is that everybody is a child of God, and think twice before you judge your neighbor, sort of thing. I might have guessed that General Butler was, gung-ho all the time. But he wasn't. He was a thoughtful man. And this makes me think, we're living in a time when there's a lot going on, and a lot of folks would like to tell us what to think. And I just think this story about, or the biography, half of this book is a biography of the general. I think that he is an interesting case that before we judge what's going on, we need to be open-minded and ask ourselves, who's trying to win us over, and what's their interest in doing so? I don't know what you think about this kind of an adult topics discussion, but yeah, I just think we live in very interesting, very challenging times. And you know what? I think we're going to come out of this, and I think there's going to be some improvements. But boy, we're going to really have to be wise and ask for God's help as we do our thinking, right? So anyway, that's my sharing. Text me, call me if you want to keep the discussion going. Bye-bye.